and it froze overnight. So I was
Oh,
scraping the ice all day yesterday.
shit, man. I
Scraping
always
ice,
thought,
man.
uh, with all due respect, and also that was most of my humble moments in life. I always thought that black ice was bullshit, right?
Bro.
Until I didn't, man. Dude, until I didn't.
Until it puts you on your ass. Yeah. We
Shit,
used to,
man.
as kids, we used to put water like in a big long line in the schoolyard, and we would run and then slide on our feet
Holy
like a
shit.
really oh, we were, yeah. Or we used to have like wrestling matches but on the black ice. Oh my god. Crazy.
Oh man, I will never
Lot of pain.
forget. Man, yeah, I will never forget that cop that cut bust us out when I was as exchange student on the States making donuts on black ice on the pavement on the school. So man, you know who you are. My heart is with you. Thank you so much for being so cool, man. At 3
Wild.
a.m. of the morning. Yeah. Miners, all of us. So you get, yeah, he was cool. He was cool. So I
So,
heard you're killing it today, man.
so I took a loss this morning. I can go over it. I just honestly just not. I'm having trouble being confident with short trades right now. Okay, so perfect setup. Okay, you got golden pocket up here. You got mitigation of the previous high. You got bearish divergence. Should go short, right? I went long here. Okay,
I see.
stopped out here. Then I went long here. Then I went long here. Then I went long here, and I'm winning. Uh,
Nice. You're killing it. One
so
just one
I
hit
mean,
out of three?
yeah. So I mean, and then some quick scalpy profits, right?
Yes.
Which is always good, right? Show my last three trades. Boom, boom, boom. Right, 200,
Haha.
$370, right? So quick, rolling over right now. But just like, man, bearish divergence should be getting short on the break of structure in here at least, right? Retest break of structure, rolling over. So and I mean I was looking for this all morning. I was sitting here all morning like this, looking for this trade, right? Perfect
Great.
trade. Didn't take it. So a little bit frustrated with myself, but obviously I have the skills to, especially because I'm live, right? I'm live, I'm trading live. It's a little bit different than when I'm trading by myself because I'm more focused by myself. I'm not talking to chat. I'm not worried about OC's tacos. I'm just trading. You know what I mean? So
You don't let me push you around in live chat, right?
exactly, right? Just talking shit all day. I'm gonna put you in a timeout next time.
I was mark it out, mark it out, mark it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
Um,
man.
and you gotta and you gotta protect the new person too. So you can't just be taking random trades, right? Like bull div in here, push up, reclaim, continuation, possible. But yeah, it's different on the live, right? And it's no excuse. Normally I'm pretty good. Normally I'm really good on the live streams. That's why everybody comes and hangs out. But today was a different day, right? So and that's fine. We'll continue to show up and try our best, but it's turned into a positive day, right? And hopefully, I'm able to teach as I'm trading, which is always good. But yeah, I mean, not too bad right now. Holding that dynamic reactor. We'll see if we do bounce from here, but not looking too good. We got data this morning. The Nasdaq just very choppy, very indecisive. Doesn't you know? It doesn't know which way to go, kind of deal. Rolling over here, break a structure on the S&P, right? So you got the uptrend on the S&P, break a structure here. It's just going to roll over now. We'll see, right? So indecision. We got. I think the market is looking towards Friday for the unemployment data, and then it kind of will have a better idea of interest rates, right? Because right now there's no quantitative easing, there's no rate cuts in the future, right? It's like 80% chance in March for no rate cut. So if we get bad jobs data, then we could possibly get some rate cuts from all the fake numbers that they put, you know? So we'll see, but very choppy morning, right? I mean, there was a long off of VWAP too, right? If we're pulling up our indicator here. Come on, you can do it, baby. Let it load. VWAP here. There was a long this morning. Didn't take it. Look, if I had taken the long here, I would have had to wait till like an hour and a half in the morning for this. An hour and a half, bro. That's like, I could work out. I could eat breakfast. I could probably see my wife. All that kind of stuff. So quite a long wait for me. Then the actual move, bearish divergence, right? Should have shorted, didn't short. Now we're chopping again. This is long, man. This is long and boring in my opinion. So for me, there's opportunity, but being patient right now, I think, is the answer to everything. Even yesterday, everybody wanting that bullish news. We look over yesterday, everybody, bro, they rugged everybody yesterday. Everybody, oh my God, here comes the guy. He's going to speak. He's going to speak. He's going to speak. Ha ha.
Oh,
You know?
man. Yeah.
It's just a lot of manipulation. And yeah, because yesterday whipsaw, consolidation. And like we got long yesterday off of here. This was great. And but bam, everybody hopium. Then you got an OC special here if you trade it. Look, OC special here, breakout, retest, continuation trade right there. Okay, 6 a.m. And now we're coming back
Nice.
into here, and it looks like we're just consolidating in this range. 98,000 is one of my key levels that I would like for us to close above today. So we'll see if we do so. I wouldn't be surprised though, generally speaking, if we do, just looking at this, if we come back down to this golden pocket in here, 95,200, has it been hit yet? If we go swing low to swing high, right, we can see we have a golden pocket in here. Okay. We can also see that we are in correction right now, right? So you have V-shaped recovery, then 1, 2, 3, then continuation out. Okay. So have we done 1, 2, 3? Maybe. Maybe this is our low. I wouldn't be surprised if we get something like this. That would be bullish divergence, breakout, continuation. That would be ideal. I don't know if we get that. There is still liquidity in the lows down in here. Liquidity. You turn that on here. You can see the liquidity, the order block here. Okay, liquidity in here. So that's why I have a big box in this general area, because we have a bunch of shit that we can come and get before going this way. Okay, so keep that in your brain. Understand that, hey, we're actually losing the uptrend right now, right? So if you retest and break down, point of control, right? Very possible. So just trying to stay level-headed in this environment, because it's not an easy environment to trade. Using a dynamic reactor, discount area down in here. 1 hour time frame. Let's go there. Take a look here. Predictive ranges on the 1 hour give you a good idea of where we're at, right? So we're very much in the middle of the range, right? Wanting to see this hold so that we can get acceptance into this range, right? Right now we are just on the, this would be the separation line between lower range and higher range, right? Above 100,000, below 100,000, right? So we're battling here, and we want obviously a decision to be made, which we do. Obviously, we always want bullish decision to be made, so our HODL bags go up. But as traders, we got to be indifferent to what happens. We got to say, if it comes down here, then I can look for the long. If it continues to rip, I can look for the long. If we lose this and break down, I can look for the short. Okay, so just being prepared, I think, is going to be the most important right now. And right now, we're in a state of chop, 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 chop. Okay, so for me, understanding where we're at, we are bullish because we are macro bullish, right? When we zoom out, we are macro bullish. However, we are short-term bearish, right? Meaning we are breaking down here in this kind of ugly ass channel, right? So any sort of, even if we draw that, right? Very simple. We are breaking down, right? Can we get that, right? But understanding one thing that's for sure is that there's volume in this area here that is sticky. So we want to see us get above that $100,000 level and trade within this range up in here to be bullish. Otherwise, we can consolidate and chop sideways within here. I mean, until ever, right? So we want direction. The direction right now is clearly down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, big dump, liquidating everybody. Is that sufficient? Is this sufficient, or are we coming here? We also have the daily bullish divergence in here. Okay, trying to break us out and up, but no signs of that momentum yet. Right now, momentum is to the downside. Okay, you can see we're breaking down right now. Okay, so what do we look for? Just like we talked about, we look for this area in here. We look for breakdown retest. We look for mitigation of this low and a continuation. And that's what I'm looking at. No trade so far, just waiting. Okay. What are you looking at, OC?
Nothing good. Nothing good. Oh
Oh,
man.
he's in a long and he's crying. He bought the
No.
top.
We're in a long. We're in a long on our 4-hour time frame, and we're not able to break even just yet, which is fine. Remember that we average down. We have a maximum of 3 entries. We are in 2 entries and a half. We still have one half of an entry left, and then we just need to wait. If that did not plays out, that will need to wait. I will not. I'll be setting my stop loss after the last entry, if that is the case. But let's take a look at what I'm seeing, because that's when I have allocated my entry. Yesterday we went over it. And I know I'm talking too much and not showing anything. That's because I lost my... There we go, I found it. Sorry, too many windows open. So I want to go first to liquidation. Liquidation, sorry. Sorry about that. And this is Bitcoin, the 4 hours, right? Daily, it's another story. Let's just take a look at first daily. At this point, what is easier to catch, right? What are the meaningful liquidation zones that we can look for, right? Longs, I think this is a long way to go all the way here for a very faint area of liquidations, right? For liquidating, yeah, for liquidating shorts, right? But if you want to liquidate longs, look at that. It's not that far away. Those two right there on dynamic reactor, right? So also look at where I do have my 2 alerts. Remember that we set them up yesterday and we right-clicked them and created an entry point right there. Let's go to the 4 hours. 4 hours, this is where things start getting a little bit scary for me. We are below dynamic reactor. We're flatting out right now. I was expecting, let me show you what I was looking for. So this is a absorption zone, another absorption zone. So that is good enough to create a trend line. We're breaking that trend line. We're breaking that trend line, and I was expecting for a prime score to go to 3 and then go back up, retracement, and then taking these areas. It's doing the opposite, which is fine. Which means what is closer to get the areas, or very close to the areas where Alex was looking at, right? Somewhere around 95 to 180. But then what? If we can grab enough momentum, not for the market makers, but for the paper hands, right? Or for anyone being on a long right now, well then what could happen? We might be fulfilling this gap and maybe wicking down to where liquidations reside, right? Or reside. So at that point, I mean, we could have sweep of the lows, right? Double bottom, even farther of a double bottom, right? And man, this is gonna scare a lot of people. And then what? And then what? You guessed it. Maybe going upwards. So just be prepared in case we get there. I am prepared. This is where my half of an entry is gonna go, right there, for our public entry or for our public wallet or trading session. And for my private wallet, what I'm gonna be doing it is going to be just basically doing again 5x. But on my private, I'm not into any longs. So not longs on Bitcoin. So what I'm going to be doing, entry 1, entry 2, and entry 3. That's it. That's what I'm going to be doing. And now I'm just going to let it run. Right here between 86, 88. If we get there, because this is not for sure, this is going to be also an extra entry for my DCA savings account. All right. So full transparency. Just so you know, all of my retirement in savings account are on Bitcoin. So my investments are a little bit spread across the room. So I have Bitcoin, I got gold, I got a couple of other assets, right? And I'm looking to do some, maybe in 6 months, do some housing and land. That is real estate. Yeah. So do some real estate. We'll see. We'll see. But so far, I think it is worth to note that we're breaking and I'm seeing this area of support. Let's do something else on liquidations. By the way, guys, if you're looking to have the same indicator, this is a free indicator by ChartPrime, so take advantage of it. So what is the next liquidity zone? And who would have known, right? Right here on the previous low, maybe wicking down to this area and going back up, creating the same divergence, right? So I would say that we need to be extremely careful, especially because we flat out after a goose head. What I would love to see on a goose head was a further continuation to a higher high and then having a retracement, and I would not mind it to be even this low, because in that case we would have this movement like that, and then we will be preparing for creating a new high. But at this point, the goose head did not play it out as it should, right? Let me show you what a goose head would look like, right? Goose head and then the further movement, which is what I was expecting to have, or at least this kind of goose head with a little bit of a retracement and then pull up. But it's flat right there. Let me show you what happened last time we were flat. Flat and dump. All right, let's even measure that dump. Let's go grab this one from here to there. So we're flattening out. Guess where we are? Guess what areas we're looking for, right? This is not for sure, guys, right? We're just grabbing past data, comparing what it should be looking for, or how could it be reacting in the future. Remember that history does not repeat, but it usually rhymes, right? So, hey guys, sorry, but I am at work and can't stay much in this video from recordings. Please advise what are the difference between liquidity options and prime zones, indicator. All right, that is a long answer, but let me try to explain that. Difference between liquidity options and prime zones. All right, prime zones, they are kind of like order blocks. What is that? What does prime zones do? It is creating order blocks along with support and resistance and gathering other information that creates those prime blocks. So prime blocks is our own blend of indicators to give you support and resistance, but it's not just support and resistance. It's also it has liquidity and order blocks integrated to it. And liquidity, I don't know what liquidity you're talking about, because that is too less of information. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just telling you that I don't have enough information to answer. If you're talking about liquidity zones, that's a historical area where we see liquidity, a bunch of liquidity, unregistered liquidity rushing in last minute to create a big area of movement. If you're just talking about liquidity, well, liquidity is a ton of things, right? I mean, in an order block, you're building up liquidity, right? In a support, you have past liquidity being added in form of, before it becomes a support resistance, it was either a liquidity zone, a order block, or something like that. Usually order blocks at work become support resistances. You didn't answer. So I can remove the support and resistance if I use a prime zone. That depends on you because support and resistance are support and resistances, and prime zones are not support and resistances, but they can act as a support and resistance. It's like telling you, hey, if I have support and resistances, can I remove trend lines? Well, a trend line is also a support and a resistance, but works differently, right? So what I would advise it is look which one worked the best for your eyes. Go back in time, back test it visually, and see which ones act better on what you're looking at. What I'm trying to say is every brain is different. You and I have a different location, have different life experiences, have different brain involvement, right? So what you perceive as something, maybe as a bullish thing, I might not perceive it the same way, right? I might be later on that entry. Maybe you're earlier, right? So use the tool and see which one makes the most sense, and then fine tune it. So there are just different things. Liquidity zones. Let me see. I I just see boxes. I mean, the blue one, those are I can easily identify them. The blue ones are your prime blocks.
Time blocks.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but the green ones, I don't know if you manually draw them or what indicators you're using there. Yeah, too much to my eye. Well, then get whatever it is not working for you. Yeah, just you will need to experiment something that I do teach on the classes. So that tells me you have not yet watched the important classes section. Go watch the important classes section first, whenever you have time. But just to summarize that, this is where, or those are where I teach you how to layer out your indicators. Look at how many indicators I have, right? And that gives me the advantage of not having to decide which ones I'm going to be using every time because I can turn everything off and just leave my basic one, or I can just change it, right, and see what they're showing. Like, for example, right here I have combination of support and resistance and liquidity zones because they both work great one to another for me, right? And then I turn it off, and then I go to my next one, which is patterns and support and resistances, right? And then I go to my next one, I have volume and liquidity zones. And then I go to my next ones, and I have predictive ranges and order blocks, right? So as you can see, I just pick pairs and then put them into layers. So whatever works the best for me. That way, I don't have to look at this because this is how my chart would look like if I have everything turned on. So go ahead and try to make an analysis on that, right? So does that make sense? So basically, by doing this, you put, but you need to experiment. You place, one second. You place the combination that you think that works the best for you in one layer. I would suggest up to 3 different indicators per layer, not more, because that will start making too much noise. Like, for example, in this case, you see that I only have an extra reactor and that's it, right? And the next one I show you, support and resistance and liquidity zones, right? And then I turn it off. And then if I need extra confluence, I just draw them on my chart. Let me show you. For example, right here, look at that. Where is my next reactor coming, right? Coming back down on this other reactor. Let's go to the next one. I turn it off because I don't want that noise. Let's go to the next one. Oh, look at that noise support here. Sorry, resistance, another support there. All right, turn it off. Let's go to the next one. Oh, maybe here, maybe there, right? So I just draw, and look at this trend line coming down here. I just draw whatever it's important right here at the moment on my chart. And whenever I'm done, I just turn everything off. And where do I have the most gathered lines? Where is the most messy on my chart? Here. Right here, right? Right there. So, would you be buying here or shorting there? Well, to answer that, first we need to see how bullish we are. So very bearish, so let's just short it, right? So is it a smart thing to buy right now? I would say no. unless or until, let me just remove everything, until we start dropping that confluence gathering at this area, that's when I'm gonna start jumping in. And one of the coolest things to look for weakness on that area is order blocks, because order blocks are dynamic. Usually in the under layers of order blocks, you can predict sentiment of the people per price. Why? Because order blocks are real people allocating their money. Remember that order blocks, because of its nature, like, let me show you. I can open up right now, I can open up a short right there, all right? It's not being taken, therefore it's part of the order block because it's part of the order book. But now, that is just liquidity being there. It's not an executed trade. It's an open order, which is allocation of money, right? Which means if I want to, right now, this second, I can change it and put it there. So the volume will change and reallocate. That's why you will see order blocks increasing, decreasing, disappearing, moving, like they're live things. And that tells me that, look at here, this is an upcoming, upgrowing, bearish sentiment in the market right there, right? So just so you know, I think that will also explain a little bit more on the differences that you were expecting. And that's what I got for you, my friend. Let me not take the whole class, but watch the important classes. I think many of your questions will be answered there. And if not, please come over here and we'll be more than happy to answer them, man. So let me just wrap it up with a couple of things. Let's go. Alex in the DM, just Alex DM me right now privately, and he told me, hey man, please make a analysis for me on XRP. I really want to buy now. He says. look at his face. He's like, dude, this guy.
I'd buy gold before I buy XRP.
Gold? Oh, really? You don't like gold?
Nah,
Or is it because of its?
for old people, man.
I love it, man. Oh man, I love it. We're so different here. Love it. XRP. I want to take a look at XRP looking like shit, not gonna lie, right? We have a beautiful entry opportunity right here. Hopefully you guys grabbed it. We talked about it, right? And at this point, I'm looking for a rejection in this area, but we haven't even gone to that area, right? Let's just go for some support and resistances. There we go. And I'm talking about it because we're losing. It seems like we are losing previous weekly low, right? So guys, XRP Army, time to wait a little bit until we see money flow rushing up, or at least your oscillators start turning up around, right? I would say that your money flow POC, which is around 221, will be a better option to start looking for entries, right? So give it a little bit of a patience there. Disney, man, Disney. Earning reports that came out, they did horrible. I already bought Disney today because this was my entry point, all right? I'm going for the long run on Disney. I don't think Disney is gonna plumb that hard still. I hate Disney, just so you know, but if it can make me money, I'll take it. So right here's my first entry. I will not be entering anything else at the time until I see a reaction of my oscillator. I want the oscillator to start flipping up, right? In fact, you can see that that's exactly what I was expecting here. And finally, let's take a look at Costco, because we were talking about Costco. Costco finally broke out, retest, farther down, take me out, and then on the rebound, on a breakout again, TP number 1 has been hit. And TP number 2, I am expecting with my predictive ranges, there we go, to reach somewhere around 1047. I'll be trying to get out earlier from Costco. I don't have too much of Costco, but still, I think that was a good investment. And one of the factors that I consider in for Costco is because they sell gold. They, in my region, that is the cheapest gold that you can get, physical gold. And just to wrap it up, and passing it over to you. Gold. So gold has been doing amazingly. I am expecting to have a breakout on the daily, and then but this is not times to buy. Why? Because we are right now on a golden area right here. Golden line, big resistance, huge resistance. No time to enter. The time to jump back into gold, if you want to, will be after the breakout when we retrace, and then we are getting ready to follow up with an upper trend. So far, fuel, yes, your oscillator is pointing up, but how much of a fuel we have left after this movement? This is telling me macroeconomy for investors or all people, Alex says, it's not looking good. It's a little bit worry, right? So too much of a shakeout. Dropping in now and passing it over to you, my friend. So I know I took all of the things that you didn't want to do.
That's what XRP and gold are dinosaur coins.
Oh
Yeah, so
man.
just wanting to go over like for Southuria, yeah, with your setup, you're gonna have to. So there's one way around. Like if you don't have the paid version, the pro version of your and you can't stack your oracles, right? Like all this, you're gonna have to get better at like blocking out stuff, right? So for me, like I'm very good at like isolating what's important and what isn't important. You're gonna have massive confluences throughout your chart. So get good at your object tree. And mark out your key areas that you are looking for. Okay, this is gonna help you so much. So if you only have, you know, say you put them all on, right? And you're going to want to flip through all your time frames, right? Okay, liquidity zone in here. Does Alex have that marked out? Oh, yes, he does. Okay. Look, order block, right? So you're going to want to go through and draw boxes, right? You're going to want to be like, okay, I'm interested in a sell here. Like for me, I have, it's the one way around that. You can have your templates in here and you can have, look, I have 382, 786, CME gaps, golden pockets, green box, red box, order block, otter box. You know what I mean? I think I had an OC box here, but it was getting too crowded. Maybe we'll rename the yellow box to OC box. Okay. But you can definitely uh add, all your boxes, OC, FOMO by the top box, okay? And then we can go here and we can go here, right click it, we can template, save as OC FOMO. Okay, so anytime I want the OC FOMO box, I know that I'm gonna go to the all-time high. Okay, take my OC FOMO box and put it up here, right? Uh just for an example. Just kidding, right? But you want to, that's your way around it, where you're going to be able to, prioritize your key levels, right? For me, you're going to find what works for you, right? There's so many things on here: fair value gaps, boxes, predictive ranges, right? You're going to go through this and you're going to find what, you want to use, right? And then, prime blocks is something that I'm possibly looking to look at right now, but you don't want to get into analysis paralysis. So isolating everything in there and really going through it and giving yourself a chance to be successful. But what you're trying to do with these, at the end of the day, what are you trying to do? You're trying to find an area in which you can press buy and sell and make money. That is the whole purpose of this tool, right? The whole purpose is that I'm looking for a box that gives me confluence, right? So I'm looking here in my OC box. I'm looking here in my OC box, right? I have a downtrending momentum. Is my oscillator bottomed out yet? No. Maybe my 5-minute is. Okay, downtrending momentum. I know there's a liquidity zone in here. So I'm interested. Doesn't mean I'm taking the trade blindly, right? Where's my dynamic reactor? Okay, maybe I flip that one on and just check that out. Okay, we're below the dynamic reactor. So maybe I don't want a long yet until we reclaim the dynamic reactor. Looking for the long here, break of this downwards trend line, stop loss below the low, targeting back up into, maybe I have some sort of liquidity zone in here, which I would assume there would be if we go on like a 15-minute time frame. There you go, order block in here, so I can target, or up in I can target all the way up in here. That's a good R multiple trade, right? And I can do that. Take profit 1, take profit 2, right? So remember what you're trying to do with these levels, with these tools, right? We're looking to identify key areas where I can look for price to have a reaction, right? Putting in a higher low, a break of structure, a bullish divergence, oversold on the oscillator, all of these different things that help us get into these trades, right? If we, like this morning, I said I missed the short. Why was I looking here? We have liquidity in the lows. We have a golden pocket zone from swing high to swing low, right? Golden pocket zone. Okay. So this is a full retracement, right? So I was interested in here, stop loss above here. If it goes past that, I'm wrong, right? And guess what? You could target maybe the bottom of this low or the bottom of this low, right? So I'm setting the trap, and then I have to be able to make a decision within that area. Is this looking bearish? Is this looking bullish? And price action is going to help you a lot with that. Right? If I go into this right here, you can see that we swept the high. The reason why I did not get short here was because we started to chop in here. If we had pushed up and pushed down, short right away, because you can see the rejection coming in. Okay. So these are going to give you areas in which you're interested in. Right now, I'm looking for a long. I'm actually really looking for a long right now, but I want to see this momentum break. Okay. I see equal bottoms in here. We haven't swept this low yet. Okay. So I'm looking for something like this. Either we break out, retest, and continue. We roll over, bounce, and continue. Okay. Right. We reclaim maybe our, this is not what I'm looking for, but maybe it's your 5-minute dynamic reactor getting above that, and you can long there. Right. It's very depending on your strategy, your time frame, what you're looking for on the charts, and how you're looking to take advantage of the price action. Okay. So the way around it is to use your object tree, make some folders, right? I add to these folders. Like, I mean, I got folders all the way down into $15,000, right? I have bear market folder, right? Look here, right? I'm ready. If we go down to 18,000, I'm buying. But you see, I got levels all the way through here that I'm interested in, all the way through. So get good with your object tree. It's going to save you a lot of time. Look at this. Looks like a shitstorm, right? But, you know, as we go level to level, area to area, right? Areas all the way through my charts, right? It's going to help you. I got areas all the way down to 52,000 that I'm interested in, right? They don't change until they're hit, right? They don't change until they're hit. Order blocks, liquidity, easy money zone, right? Special buy zones, tile zones. We're going to put the OC zone now to top it off, okay? The OC zone is going to be the liquidity sweep of the high, right? OC will always be at the highs of my charts, right? You'll always be there now.
Oh man, I love it. So here, I got a special thing for you. Look at my
Uh-oh, he's done something. Otters everywhere, man.
Otters everywhere, man.
Let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's a way around it. Find what works for you. Find what you like. Stack confluence, and then isolate price within that area, and then look to take the trade out of that area. Okay. And that's going to help you a lot with your trading, and it'll probably improve your trading quite a lot. What else do you want to look at? We could look at Ethereum.
Fuck Ethereum. Fuck Ethereum, man. You got me this time. Fuck Ethereum.
You made me look at XRP. Let's look at Ethereum, everybody. Let's
look at Ethereum, man.
Oh, baby.
Oh,
baby.
shit. Oh, look at that, dude. Fuck Ethereum. Oh, man.
Oh, it's so good, man. Look at this. Rolling over. Right? Rolling over. What a beautiful shit coin. I can't wait till it goes to 10K and you're just crying there.
No, man. I still hold it, but dude, guys, just so you know, I'm still salty because last week, 2 hits, Those two hits,
Could've
only
bought-
2 hits on Ethereum, man. Stop outs.
We had
Stop
this
outs.
trade last week, right? And then it died, but
Yeah. And I'm
okay.
still salty on it. I
Did
like
you buy at
Ethereum.
$2,000?
No, I do not,
How
man.
about my sell at $4,000? I think I did okay, eh? Jeez. Jeez.
Did ya? Man, look at that.
Right?
We got a sniper
we got
order
long
here.
here. We got long here. I made like $7 grand on this trade. And then my spot bags I sold here, and sold the top, and then it rolled over. So, and that was for tax purposes. So like I was trying to sell before January 1st. So before this vertical line, I was trying to get out of my Ethereum holdings, right? So we were down here. I'm like, oh shit, round trip, right? Round trip, thinking we're round tripping. Then we get this beautiful ascending triangle here, breakout, right? And then sell, everything sell, and then boom, we broke down. So for tax purposes, this was a really good trade for me. But right now, Ethereum looks like dog shit. I'm not gonna lie. But Ethereum's got to go, man. There's got to be some sort of rotation, and right now this is not looking good, right? So what does it need to do? It literally needs to reclaim $3,000. That is the job of Ethereum right now, and it needs to not get acceptance below this range, right? So we're looking here. We are in the middle. Okay, I would say we need to hold 20. Let's call it 2,700. Right? We need to hold these highs in here, and we need to get above 3,000. Very simple. Very simple. If this, then that. We have very, very, very deep bottoming structure. Okay, if we're zooming in here. But like I said with Bitcoin, like this is a nice, we rolled over, liquidated everybody, and now we are in some sort of pennant, right? Can we break out and continue? Quite possibly. Okay, but it's got to get above. I don't think I would trade this until it gets above 3K, right? Because I think the risk of coming for these lows is still very much on the table. Okay, if we're pulling like swing low to swing high, now that we have some price action, right? We're looking for these lows to be taken. If we're looking at the same sort of area like I am for Bitcoin, we're looking in here for a buy, right? That's kind of where I would be looking. You know, they just added the dashed line to the boxes.
Why?
Ooh. It's new. Look, what's new?
Oh, but really?
Add dashed borders to your rectangles.
Really?
Yeah, baby.
Man, what about
I'm
stop
on it.
crashing the indicators all the time, man? Has that came out to be a feature?
Updates all the time, man. It's annoying as
Oh,
fuck.
shit.
But
Oh man.
so yeah, and what I would be looking, if you are looking to trade Ethereum, is a breakout retest continuation trade. Very, very simple. You need to see the proof in the pudding, right? So you're waiting for this, or you're waiting for this. Right? One or the other. You show me, Ethereum. Right? That's how it has to be. Right now, Bitcoin is getting a little bit of a push. I wanted to long it, but you know what? To me, I've made some good money today. I'm not going to rush to trades. Nice little recovery break of the momentum here. Okay. Trying to get above. No trade, but got a nice bull div in here. Trying to push back up. Coming up into VWAP. I'm sure right now. Yeah, point of control VWAP. So resistance here. I'd like to see sort of a support resistance flip on Bitcoin, getting above there and going. But I'd expect it to hit its head here and come down into here. Maybe then we look for the long, but for now I'd be patient. Very, very choppy price action today, so be careful. Okay.
Absolutely. By the way, Alex, do you have your link up to your Discord? I want to invite everyone here to take a look at your Discord because you have a lot of things going on there. I think it's a great side by side Discord. If you are in Chart Prime, I think it's very good to be also on the Order Gang. Because you can connect what we're doing here and also what Alex brings from his other channel. Also, follow him on YouTube. He does live trading in the mornings. I think that's very cool because you can see how things. Oh! Did you? Oh, so I'll send it
Rejected.
here.
It's not a big deal, man. Just come by the live
Yes.
stream, man. Just come by the live stream if you want to come and hang out. I mean, I'm trading 8 a.m. till 10 a.m. if you do want to come and trade with
Absolutely.
us.
Yeah, and I think that gives you a real perspective how emotions come into get into into play when you're trading, and also how the strategy plays out, right? Or most of the
Hmm.
cases on top of emotions. I think that's a great example. Love his channel, and also after that, stay around because you're gonna be going or redirected to the Piper Academy, where also we bring you the news on the day. I do have right here a special request before we wrap things up. I think this is going to be the last one that we're going to be able to do, which is SPY, right? So SPY. Let's take a look at SPY. SPY basically is doing the same. Not bearish signals, no nothing. If you're trying to jump in on SPY, look for a pullback. There's always pullbacks. Maybe where you're gonna be looking for a bad pullback, that's when you start using your indicators. Let me show you. But so far, I want to go over a couple of things that I see here. So the first thing it is that despite we are bouncing down, this could be either a double top or but technically we broke the highs, right? You can see what happening here that we went up, we have a rounded top, and we did not break the previous high. That usually is very bearish. But what do we expect then? Well, then after a lower high, we look for a lower low, right? What happened? We did not have that lower low. We had a higher low, basically pushing back into the bullishness of SPY, right? So that is to tell you that I don't see a major comeback or pullback happening at this point. Important areas to jump back in: previous lows, so you can start using your pivots, right? Previous lows, and also dynamic reactor. Now is the time when I start layering in my indicators. Look at that. Well, where's my other reactor? Right down here, so it's not that close right now. There we go. What is my confluence? I have liquidity zone here. I have a trend line there. I have another liquidity zone there. I have my dynamic reactor coming in strong. What else do I have there? Oh, well, it's a little bit more of the same. There we go. Order blocks right here. Golden line. So let me just drop everything now and let's see how is it playing out. So first area of bouncing, we just bounce from it, to be honest. There we go. And then next area to bounce from is going to be here. So what could you maybe, or what possibly you could do here? If you're trying to trade the index, well then consider doing half of an entry in right here, right? In half of an entry right there and set a stop loss. Another thing that you need to be patient on will be flip of the ribbon and seeing that money flow rushing back up to then start breaking some previous highs, right? But so far, it's looking good. It's not looking like it's gonna go to zero, right? But still, look for pullbacks to enter on SPY. Other than that, I think we are very tight of space. Today we have a secondary session on Chart Hackers. So guys, if you are subscribed to Chart Hackers, see you guys in a couple of hours. Alex, Piper, and I am going to be there. So do not miss that one. And other than that, Alex, anything that you want to say before we go out into, I don't know, into trading again,
Yeah, I
maybe?
think you guys just need to, be patient, not overtrade, risk management. Give yourself some more wiggle room on your stop loss. Less money on the trades. You'll get the movement. It's just you gotta wait, right? You gotta wait. Trade the plan, and then make lots of money. So hopefully
Oh,
we've helped you, and
yes.
we'll continue to help you, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, take care.
Absolutely. Guys, thank you so much for joining and staying here around. I really, really appreciate it. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.
Por la mañana café, por la tarde ron, ya estamos en la calle, sal de tu balcón. Por la mañana café, por la tarde ron, ya estamos en la calle, sal de tu balcón.